Shalom Israel, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And basically, this was for UFC, and they were getting into, which basically these are all idols, pretty much. All these different characters, these fake saints. They was heavily into Our Lady Guadalupe, and that's a huge stumbling block for a lot of people, because in the end, it tells you that Judah and Israel are going to rise up together up to a certain point. The northern kingdom was kicked out, and you had all the heathens come into Samaria. All right, but in order for us to truly be back in our land, it's going to have to be all the tribes of Israel, right? Every nation. And that's only the elect. You got a lot of politics. You got a lot of, because that's what a lot of people try to use. And when we get into prison, and then this happens, and then the Mexicans, they have their own country, and then this. Well, that's true. A lot of Northern Kingdom, they do have their own country. But you look at Judah. Judah did significantly more, and that's actually backed by the scriptures. I've heard a lot of people say that, and that's the reason why they don't believe that the Northern Kingdom of Israelites, when the scriptures clearly say, try the spirit, if it is of the Most High, it's evident that they are of the, you're supposed to try the spirit, regardless of what background they come from, what place they come from, how they look. You're supposed to, try to see if that person is an Israelite. If they have a certain level of faith, you already know. Like Cornelius, he said, nobody basically had the faith of Cornelius. All right, you know that's an Israelite. All right, but this is I want to get a couple of scriptures, because it actually tells you verbatim that Judah did worse. All right, and a lot of brothers be saying that, man. We get the I feel like I get punished more. I feel like my hell is harder. Well, hey, look, man, we got a heavier lot, man. Our people did a lot of bullshit. Now, when you read the time of Acts and all that was going on with Yahweh Shai and all of that, that was, all of the stuff post Babylon and Syria, basically, is basically Judah just continuing to fuck up, man, including the crucifixion of the Messiah, the creation of Islam. All right, of course, the black woman. Let's get into the scriptures. This is Jeremiah 3 and 6. It says, the Lord said unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She has gone up upon every high mountain, under every green tree, and there hath played the harlot. All right, every doctrine. It says, and I said, after she had done all these things, turn now unto me. But she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw, when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yeah, basically, the Northern Kingdom was sent off. All right, they were kicked out of the land for all the idolatry and the wickedness that they were doing. They kicked out the priests. They did a lot. All right, it says, and given her bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And it came to pass through the light of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. And that's what they were promoting heavily at UFC. They're promoting all these different new age idols and Dio de los, and basically they just did that to fill seats. That's basically, they knew that, because Mexican people, they're very passionate about, their quote unquote holidays. which all bullshit, by the way. But they go hard. They'll drive around the city. They'll like Chicago. They had to really put state troopers and police on every exit, right? Because people was blocking up downtown and wilding, and like Jake was going crazy. All right, it says, and yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah have not turned unto me with her whole heart, but faintly, saith the Lord. And the Lord said unto me, yeah, faint. It wasn't it wasn't sincere. It says, and the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words. So initially it says Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, return now, backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. All right, and I want to keep it moving. All right, this is Ezekiel 23, and it's getting to these two sisters. Verse 2, I'm going to jump through. It says, son of man, there were two women, the daughters of one mother, and they committed whoredoms in Egypt. They committed whoredoms in their youth. There were their breasts pressed, and there they bruised the teats of their virginity. And the names of them were Aholah the elder and Aholibah her sister, and they were mine, and they bare sons and daughters. Thus were their names. Samaria is Aholah, aka the northern kingdom, and Jerusalem, Aholibah, aka the southern kingdom. And Aholah played the harlot when she was mine, and she doted on her lovers, on the Assyrians, her neighbors, which were clothed with blue, captains and rulers, all of them desirable young men, horsemen riding upon horses. Thus she committed her whoredoms with them, with all them that were the chosen men of Assyria, and with all on whom she doted, with all their idols she defiled herself. Jumping straight down to the point. Verse 10, these discovered her nakedness. They took her sons and her daughters and slew her with the sword, and she became famous among women, for they had executed judgment upon her. And when her sister Aholibah saw this, she was more corrupt in her inordinate love than she, and in her whoredoms more than her sister in her whoredoms. All right, Aholibah, remember, Jerusalem, aka the southern kingdom. All right, like I was saying earlier, you look at all the things that influence Spain, which influenced the northern kingdom. It was Judah. Right, Judah was the papacy. Right, Constantine, and the idolatry, and like that stuff is worldwide, man. The scripture saw that the unclean fraud. It's the Vatican City is one of the three unclean frauds, but basically they said a lying prophet. It's an evil spirit, man. Islam was created by Judah. All these different little errors and mistakes, and most of the scoffers we get who come up, sometimes Northern Kingdom be on, but usually it's Judah. All right, I always think of that. Like, yeah, sometimes when you do more, you get a worse a worse ass whooping. That's just what it is. Jake be forgetting, like, we done did a lot. You hope it's not as much as you think it is, but shit, we all guilty, man. We've all fallen short. All right, let me get a couple of more examples to close it out. All right, Ezekiel 16. And 46, it says, and thine elder sister Samaria she and thy daughters that dwell at thy left hand, and thy younger sister that dwelleth at thy right hand, is Sodom and her daughters. Yet hast thou, it's talking about the land, and yet hast thou not walked after their ways, nor done after their abominations, but as if that were a very little thing, thou wast corrupted more than they in all thy ways. And, excuse me, Samaria and Sodom, these are two different nations. Let me see, let me get into where it tells you, Ezekiel 16 and yeah, verse 44, it says, Behold, everyone that uses a proverb shall use this proverb against thee, saying, As is the mother, so is her daughter. Thou art thy mother's daughter, that loatheth her husband and her children, and thou art the sister of thy sisters, which loathe their husbands and their children. Your mother was a Hittite, and your father an Amorite. It is talking about the land. And thine elder sister Samaria, she and her daughters that dwell at thy left hand, and thy younger city that dwelleth at thy right hand is Sodom and her daughters. Yet hast thou not walked after their ways, nor done after their abominations, but as if that were a very little thing, thou wast corrupted more than they in all thy ways. So, excuse me. Basically, we became more corrupt than these heathen nations that were round about us. Right, we became more corrupt, which is a shame. More corrupt than Sodom. You already know what was going on there. Um, man, jumping straight to the point. Verse 59. It says, For thus saith the Most High, I will even deal with thee as thou hast done, which has despised the oath and breaking the covenant. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant. When thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thine elder and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by thy covenant. And I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Then he doesn't say establish a covenant with them. And it says, I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by the covenant. Basically, they're going to serve. They're going to serve, basically. All right, Jeremiah 17:1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond, which that's a strong pen that's going to cut through the paper. It is graven upon, it is written upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars. Whilst your children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills. O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. And thou even thyself, and this is why, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Right? You're going to discontinue from your heritage. And that's why. Right? The sin of Judah is written in iron, though, man. As you look at a lot of bullshit, man, even coming over here, 1619, and you know, it's a lot of history behind that, man. It's a lot of history behind, because you had King James, of course, we always talk about he was the king of Britain, and then he was the king of Scotland too. But then you had other kings, you had other J kings, and then you had Columbus, but then you had those different Moors who sailed with Columbus. You've had a lot of 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 Judites, man, of the people of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who then backdoored their own people, sold their own people into slavery. All right, um, even over here, we were all together, but you still had wicked niggas amongst us, man, who would sell you out, You would run. They would snitch. Man, so he run. You know, Sambos, man. Just look at Jake now, man. Look at Jake now during the election. Like all the coons come out, all the bootlicks come out. You know, and that's why the Lord is purging His priesthood, man. You really have to be ready to put your boots on the ground and really have to go through this heat. You got to be purified, man, because it's a lot of bullshit, man. Jake here is still caught up in a lot of bullshit. Right? It's 2024. Jake's still caught up in the rap and gang banging, and it's like the whole world is gearing up for World War III, and high tech and all that, and Judah, man, is on the bottom, right? And everybody knows it, and that's why. Right? A house divided cannot stand. That's why the Lord, He said, well, close up the breaches, but that's with the elect. Right? The elect is gonna come back together. Everybody else, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna politic how they politic, man. But I just wanted to leave it right there. It's all in the scriptures. Everybody gets the portion that they are set up to receive, man. Hey, just like the scriptures say, before honor cometh humility. We call ourselves the Judah, Benjamin, Levi call themselves basically Judah's the head. Let me say it like that. So, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Lord willing, is edifying. No, shalom to the elect.